Ken's Stargazer diary. Log entry 1. It was a long journey, but I am glad that I finally arrived at my new home. I really hope that living in this remote part of the world will help me out with my studies. It was tough leaving my family and friends behind, but I am convinced that this time I will spend here in the mountains will help us reach new heights in our research regarding the event. I return home in 6 months, and until then, so I hope, will my name be known to all academic scholars around the world. Stargazer Diary, Entry 1, out. Hello and welcome back to LoreCraft. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and yeah, there's already some stuff I want to show you. As I promised you last episode that I will finish the interior of our starter base, now it's time to show you what I did. So here we go. I have put some more stuff in here after collecting some more resources. So this is the main hall of our starter base. We have some nice, greenery here, more storage everywhere. And I put down some carpet so that I can hide some of the lighting. We also have a little bit improved this staircase over here, even though it's still easy to just fall down. But one of my favorite rooms here definitely is the bedroom, which looks just great. I really like this. This is a really nice place. And also there's this room here, which is still empty. Because frankly, I don't know what to do with this room. I was contemplating what I want to do with this room and I just didn't know. So if you have an idea what should come here, let me know in the comments and I will consider it. Because I have no idea what else I should put here. But with that, even though this room is still kind of empty, I consider our starter base done. Oh, and you may have noticed that I have this little thing here. This pillager head, because I have installed an add-on, or what do you call it? A data pack. A data pack. I have installed the mob head data pack so that we can get some mob heads along the way, which will be practical for me when we get further along with more interesting builds. But there's just one last thing I need to show you before we get started with our with our first episode here. Just take these off and whee! There we go. You may already know what I am doing, so let me just end it. Hopefully it works. Ouch. Ouch. Come on. I want to die. Come on, let me die. I want to show my audience what I have in store for them. There we go. And now, when we get there and we inspect what was left, there it is. Yes, yes. I not only have the normal the normal moped data pack. I have my head as well. I drop a mob head when I die, which is just really cool. I really like this. I think this is really fun. I love this. All hail vanilla tweaks. This is great. It's so weird looking at this. I love this. This is great. Yeah, check the data packs out. They're great. They're so much fun. So I don't know, what do I do with this head now? There we go, so that I know that this is my bed. yeah, this is it. But now that we are finished with our introduction to the video, I think it is time to think about what we should do for this episode. So there are a few things I want to do. First of all, I kind of want to go to the Nether. Not only because there are many more blocks that will make more buildings more interesting. No, I also kind of want to get along with the game itself so that we can fight the dragon, get more good gear, because we are still only using iron and I personally don't really want to go dig for diamonds. So maybe that's one thing we're gonna do, but I think the first thing we're gonna do is I am currently living off of potatoes that I farm right here. And yeah, I have some meat over here. I'm sorry, cow. Don't look at me like this. I just called you meat. I'm sorry, but you kind of are to me. So yeah, I'm kind of short on food. So I thought, yeah, I want to make a little farm where I can farm a little bit of food. And I thought, man, where do I want to put it? And then I thought, I know. I want to put it there. Like on that hill over there. And because every build in this series has to make sense and has to connect with the overarching theme, I had to think like, yeah, how are we going to do this? How are we going to connect a food farm, whatever kind of farm it's going to be, on this hill over there with, you know, this base and everything we do? And so I came to the only logical conclusion: we need a bridge. Yeah, the second build that I'm going to do is going to be a bridge from here to over there. Just a bridge bridging across. And I have thought of a design for a bridge, but it will take up quite a lot of resources. But I am convinced that it will look cool, so I will probably do it. And if it doesn't work, well, I will do something else. But there's going to be a bridge here, so we can connect these two mountains and we can build another building right there, I think. Just a small building with a little farm. And of course we're gonna venture out to the nether later on. So that's the plan for today's episode. But first, let's do the bridge. Let me get you to a nice time lapse, and we see each other after the bridge is done. To look at the bridge? Look at this. I have finished the big bridge to the other side of the canyon? Yeah, that's what you call that. As you can see, I kept myself to wood as it's the easiest material to get early in the game. I initially thought about making this entire bridge out of stone, but then I started collecting the materials needed for that, and I just thought like, no, I'm not able to do that. So I decided to go with some wood, some nice spruce wood. I think right here you can see the pit where I collected all my wood. And I really like this bridge. I really like how it looks, especially from this angle. You see I have put some lanterns here to illuminate it in the night. And it has this kind of slight curve right here, just to give it this bridge feel. It looks especially nice if you look at it from a distance. Let me just run like hell and hurt myself. Yeah, I really like that. I really like how the bridge looks. I think it's very neat. You can see the underside of the bridge here, you know, peeking out a little bit. And yeah, I kind of just decided to keep it. Yeah, I don't know how to hide it. I mean, I know how to possibly hide it, but I don't really care that much about that. I think it looks good. It gives this whole thing kind of a rustic feel, so I'm just gonna keep it. And if we look at the thing from above, you see how much wood I had to use. Just look at all these campfires that I put down here. It was so long, I collected so much wood. But now we have a cool bridge leading us to the other side of the canyon, and I really like it. And now we are connected. You can see our base slowly growing. I really like that the floor is barreled. Maybe it's useful for something. But now we have to think about food. Now that I have exhausted even more resources, and yeah, I kind of get tired of just collecting stuff by hand, we need to start making farms. And I want to put food farms here, specifically chicken, cow, and maybe in the future pumpkin and melons. And yeah, there's the next problem. As you can see, the bridge is kind of down there, so we have two possibilities. Either I'm gonna flatten this front part of the hill to the height of the bridge, or I'm gonna heighten, my expectations of what I want to build now. Or I'm gonna, put down the farms a little bit higher and give the whole thing, differences in height, which I kind of like. So that's what we're gonna do. So next up for us is to start building the roads and maybe, the pens for pigs, cows, and sheep. And I thought about keeping the roads the same way how they were back on our base. So this is definitely going to be the more rustic part of this area of our project of LoreCraft. But I'm kind of into it, I kind of like the idea of doing that. It just shows the progress we go through when we use more or better materials for roads and stuff. But for the time being, I think I'm just gonna keep it the way it is currently. And, I'm just gonna put down some spruce here and there, and then pathing up all the other blocks to give this whole thing, this rustic feel it's supposed to have. And we have to strip these blocks. And I really like that. And also, you can use it. You can use this to hide some light. So that mobs won't spawn where important stuff lives. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue doing that, and maybe have to get rid of this part here. But other than that, I'm gonna continue doing that, and we're gonna put down our animal pens so that they don't have to live in this hellscape anymore. Let's go! I really like how this looks when it gets dark. Okay, let's go. Go! And with that, the farm is completed. I have finished the farm. It's made out of two parts, but first there's this tree. It's a nice little tree that I added afterwards because I thought this place needed a little bit of greenery, so I added this tree. But we have a fairly big wheat field so that we hopefully don't have to worry about our wheat supply for the near future. But of course, the main part is the cattle farm. We won't have to worry about cows and beef. As you can see, I'm eating steak, I'm living the life, and yeah, we won't have to worry about that for a while now. So until we start eating golden carrots, we will be well fed with beef. Yes, beef. And yeah, I'm really liking it. I think it looks very good. I think it's a good start to the expansion to the base. And yeah, there are going to be more buildings around here, probably also farm related, because kind of is the farm area now. I have caught this some sheep, this one, and yeah, the other one I didn't really catch, but it's walking around somewhere over here. So yeah, we will need to make a wool farm at some point in the future, but yeah, that's future Ken's problem. But yeah, I really like it. I think it looks very good, and especially connected to the bridge. It's just really nice. I really like it. I also really like how it looks from afar. If we look at it, it's a start, you know. There can be more things. I really like it. I especially like, you know, the little building I did for the cows. I tried to emulate. I tried to keep it in the same style as our base over here, and I think it worked out pretty well. I think it looks good. Obviously, it's a simple little house, but for what it is, it works out very well. And now, with that done, there's only one last thing on the agenda today, and that's... I started off with collecting some diamonds so that I can make myself a pickaxe. After I've got myself a pickaxe, I collected some obsidian. After getting some obsidian, I made this obsidian into a nether portal, and I entered the nether. I noticed that I'm right next to a nether fortress, which is nice, but then I died. After finding a spawner, I fought some blazes, died again, fought even more blazes, got enough blaze rods, but then died again and lost everything. But now we know where we can get some blaze rods. And that's where we are. This is our current state, and I'm really proud of it actually. I really like it. We now have some food, we have a base, we have a working nether connection, and with that, yeah, I think it is time to finish episode 2 or maybe episode 1. The real first episode of LoreCraft. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you liked the series, and yeah, there's nothing more for me to say, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Until then, goodbye.